Hi, everybody. Long time no see. Sorry about the massive delay in putting out videos. Just one of those things where life sort of happens, and then all of a sudden you're not doing it regularly, and then you kind of get out of the habit. So, sorry for taking so long to post a new video and kind of get back to you. Thank you for all of the comments that I've seen in the videos. Thank you to the one person, I think maybe two person, then one dropped off, who joined Patreon. I appreciate the encouragement. I've just been a huge slacker. So yeah, wanted to make a video just to let you know that I was still alive, and b, to talk about the idea that we are going to be having a recession. I think that's pretty clear. It's going to be a global recession. It's probably going to be pretty serious. And one of the things you should be looking at is how can you start preparing now? So, the first thing is you're probably not going to be getting a raise. So just factor that in. I know there's probably not going to be a lot of people getting raises this year, even if you're expecting them. It's possible you might still get it. If you do, great. I probably would not be pushing incredibly hard for a raise once your annual review comes around. I'd look at maybe, making sure that all that stuff was documented, making sure that I had lots of good information that I could go use for the next time. I would talk to my manager and maybe ask them for a title increase, something along those lines. That way, you could be set up to get a larger raise the next time around, or at least you could have that on your resume for down the road if you end up getting laid off. And that's something that you want to be thinking about. So one of the things that I would definitely recommend that you start looking at now is doing things like the stuff that we've talked about in the past, projects, certifications, all those kind of things, doing that kind of stuff to bolster your resume to be prepared for, a potential scenario where you are looking for a job. Now, the other thing that I would start doing is networking. I would be doing everything I possibly could right now to network. Get on your email lists. Get on, your user groups. Get on, obviously when people aren't going to be meeting up in person. Get on IRC. Do all the kind of things that you can do in your area or online that you can do to make contacts. And if you have this scenario where you can sort of connect other people and try to help them find a job if they get laid off, do that, because people pay attention to who helps during events like this. Another thing that you could potentially do is look at using your knowledge and your expertise to try to help other organizations. So, we're all technical, right? But we probably also have additional hobbies. So I'm kind of regretting the fact that I gave away my 3D printer right now, because I know that hospitals are looking for masks and potentially things like ventilators, or at least CPAP, APAP type machines. And with a 3D printer, you could potentially help print, 3D mask, sort of enclosures that you could then put, a plastic face shield on, or, a mouthpiece for a respirator, or at least an APAP, CPAP, which is, one that you don't need to be intubated for, that gives like positive airway pressure. Um, I mentioned before that I'm into amateur radio, so I've been active in my local amateur radio clubs, which obviously you don't need to meet in person for. You get to talk to each other on the radio. Unfortunately, they're not doing any testing at this time. So if anybody is interested in doing that, it's a great time to study for maybe your technician's license, because that's pretty easy. But you will not be able to, unfortunately, get on the air if you are not currently on the air. Also, the price of things like amateur radios are very much inflated right now. Whereas if you wait a few months, you will probably be, you know, pretty set up because people are going to start selling things off once the recession hits. So yeah, it's a weird time. Definitely look at training. Feel free to send me an email if there's anything I can do to help. I work with Fastlane. They have a lot of really good courses. Aside from the stuff that I teach for them, which is mainly NetApp related stuff, as well as Google Cloud stuff. But if anybody is interested in taking classes with me, feel free to shoot me an email. It's nick@nicholasbernstein.com, and I can forward that to the Fastlane people. But they also have lots of other classes, and they're all not all of them, but we've been doing instructor-led online classes for a long time. So you get the benefit of being able to take a class remotely, but also have somebody that you can ask questions and get advice from, and have help you with labs and things like that. So yeah, I'm going to try to put these videos out more often. I apologize for being so behind and so delayed. Um, we'll obviously I get a bunch of free time, so we're doing that. I'm going to be working through the foreseeable future teaching online classes, so I'm not, knock on wood, hopefully going to be too affected by the recession. But I am going to try to do my part too. I'm working with my friend Bill, who is doing a program to get veterans sort of set up to re-enter the workforce. And we've been talking about doing something. So I'm going to be trying to help him out with a very reduced rate for my Linux Essentials class, to try to go ahead and help some of those folks who are going to be reintegrating into a very tough economy when they do so. And I don't know, there may be something along the lines that is similar that I'll be able to go do, just generally. But if you're somebody who's um, stressed out about this from a career standpoint, if you want a second opinion on things, you are always welcome to reach out. It's nick@nicholasbernstein.com. If you put a comment down below, I do check those. I try to be pretty good about getting back to people. I haven't been phenomenal lately, but I've been better than that. I tend to ignore the ones on my like Luke Smith, I think I forget his name, video, which I say is wrong about everything, because those clickbait and people just get, they never actually watch the video, so they just get upset about it. But aside from that video, I generally try to go respond to comments. So if you need somebody to give you some advice on things, um, if you're unsure about what to do next in terms of what your move is, you know, um, play it safe. Try to do all the kind of stuff that they're telling you to do, obviously, in terms of social distancing, but also I think reducing any expenditures that you can now so you can go save money for the future. Trying to plan for the recession, working under the assumption that that is certainly going to be coming, and trying to do any networking and anything that you can go do in terms of projects, anything that you can go ahead and do to make your resume better. All that kind of stuff is what you should be looking at right now. So I'll have more in the future. Thank you guys for putting up with me. Hopefully some of you guys will still see this video, because I'm sure that the YouTube algorithm is going to throw my videos into dev null, and not exactly promote them because I've been offline for so long. But yeah, hopefully a lot of you guys will see this later, once this pandemic is over, and that you guys are all doing well. So all the best, stay safe, see you in the next video.